Hi, thanks for joining RMUIT training. My name is Kevin, and today we'll be talking about Gmail labels, advanced search, and filters. Labels are basically like folders within a filing cabinet. You can look through them, you can sort them organizationally. You can add more than one label to a message, though, which is the biggest difference between a folder and a label. To make a new label, you'll go all the way to the left under the Compose button. After circles is where your labels will show up. You see I have all these different labels here. We're going to click on the More button at the bottom, scroll all the way down, and press Create New Label. You can add the title of a label here. We'll call this Sample. And then if you want, you can nest it under another label. We don't want to do that right now, but we're going to press Create. And now on the left here, we see we have the new sample label. We'll click on that. There's nothing in here right now. To add a message to a label, we're just going to find any messages that we want. We can click in them and then press either labels or move to. The big difference between these two options are label will leave it into your in your inbox, but add an additional label, while move will add the label and then also remove it from your inbox. So we're going to either label or move to. Right now we're just going to label it. We'll search for that, or we can just look for it. Scroll down a little bit and find sample. And now if we go back to our inbox, we see it has a grayed out sample to the left of the subject line. And then if we click on the sample label on the left, we see that it's in there now. To change the color of our labels, you'll click on the downward facing arrow to the right of any label on the left, and then at the top it says label color. You can choose any of the label colors here. You can actually add custom colors. You can do a background color and also a text color. We're going to do I don't think I have a dark red, so now I have it like that, and I want a white text. We'll press apply, and it'll automatically change. If I go back to my inbox, I see it says sample right here, right on that message. Now it's that color that I wanted. If you have an email message that you want to create a label from, you can click on that message and then click on labels at the top, and then you can create a new label this way. I'll press on that and we'll go through the same steps. I'll call it sample 2, create it, and now I have that on the left side here, and I can change that color if I want to. And this is just a way to do it from a message you already have. To delete a label, click on that downward facing arrow, then press remove label. That label will be gone. Remove label, then delete, and it will be deleted. And then to move multiple messages to a label, we can just select the messages we want to move or label, click on move to or label, and that's just a quick way to move a lot of them to that label. The next thing we're going to talk about is using the advanced search options within Gmail. You can search for any email right here by clicking and typing in anything. We can type in a person's name, we can type in a subject like iOS, or we can click on the downward facing arrow found on the far right of that search option bar saying show search options. We'll click on that and we have a new window that shows even more options now. We can search any of our inboxes. We can do all mail, inbox, starred, sent mail, drafts, trash, spam, etc. Read mail or unread mail, or you can actually search through specific labels. I'm just going to keep that all mail for now. You can search a message by who it's from. So I want to see any messages from Selena, who it's to, so maybe the people that were involved in that conversation. So to me, that's an easy way to do it. You can search a subject matter. Maybe I knew it was about training. You can put any words that were in the message under has the words. If you want to exclude any messages, you can put any kind of material under doesn't have. You can you can search for only messages that have attachments by pressing has attachment. Then you can also search through a date range. So within a day, 3 days, a week, all the way up to a year. So we'll search a year of today. It'll do from today. You can put Friday, you can put any date, you can put Christmas. So I'll just do today. We'll search, and then anything from Catanzarite at rmu.edu to Train01 at rmu.edu about training, which has training in the subject, and then within a year of today will show up in here. And combining our knowledge of labels and this advanced search, we can actually create a filter that will automatically place new messages into different labels. To do this, we're going to go back in our search bar, click on that downward facing arrow, and then put any information that you like to make that filter. So maybe I want to filter anything from Selena with the subject training to go into a specific filter. To do this, we'll enter that information on the bottom right of that window. We see it says create filter with a search. We're going to click on that. It'll bring up this new box. We have a lot of different options here. The first one is to skip the inbox or archive it. You only really want to do this if you apply it to a label. That way you know where it's going to be, because when you have it skip the inbox, it goes into your all mail and nowhere else. You can also have it mark as read. You can apply a star to it. You can go apply label, which is what we want to do. We'll choose a label, and we're actually going to make a new label this way. We'll call it Selena Training. I'll press create. It'll create that label for us. You can have it forward to any of your addresses. You can have it automatically delete that message. So if you get a message or messages from maybe a magazine or newspaper online, you just don't really want to see it, you can have it always delete it. You can have it never mark something as spam, so maybe you do want those messages from that magazine or newspaper. You can have it always mark it as important or to never mark it as important. And then you can also apply the filter to matching conversations. So any conversations that have already happened, it'll find those with these search options and then put them in this label. So I'm going to do that, and I'll press create filter. And then it's going to make that filter for us. So I'm going to click on Selena Training, and then I have all these messages in here. I'm going to change the color of this to this purple. Then we're going to go back to our inbox, and you see now on this message from Selena with training in the subject, it says Selena Training now also. So just another way to organize your inbox, both visually and functionally on the left here. Thanks for joining RMU IT Training. My name is Kevin, and today we talked about using labels, advanced search, and filters within Gmail.